Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to victory out on that field. It's the Packers going up against the Redskins. With that, let's send you up to Landover, where we say hello to our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Sean Davis.
All right, Larry, we are due east from our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Straight ahead is a rematch from last year's NFC wildcard round between the Green Bay Packers and the Washington Redskins. Hi again, everybody. I'm Brandon Guyton. To my left, as always, he's Charles Davis. And, Charles, we saw in the open, we've got a couple of great running backs in this game tonight, each capable of putting a team on his back.
And I'm excited to talk about the runners, not just the passers, who have a big hand and who's going to win this game. Both of these guys are do-it-all. Can run it, can catch it. I can't wait to get this one started.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds here, a yard shy of the 25 at the 24. So onto the field comes Aaron Rodgers, quarterbacking the Green Bay Packers, who now sit at 4-5, 3 straight losses. 2 more road games looming at Washington and at Philadelphia. The road's not going to get much easier.
If they do find their way back to their accustomed spot in the playoffs, as you just noted, they will have earned it based on that schedule and how they've been playing. And I'm just puzzled. Remember last week Aaron Rodgers said we needed more juice? They didn't have that juice when they came out against Tennessee.
No, Rodgers did throw for 371, 2 touchdowns, but also 2 picks. They'll run here. This is James Starks. And he powers his way up past the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. When Starks played against the Titans, it was his first appearance since Week 5. He had a knee issue and played 70% of the snaps, but managed just 33 yards on 7 carries. And
I would like to think that without all the extra injuries the Packers have had at the running back position, it would have eased him in a little bit more. But they had to use him. He's their #1 back, the only true running back that they could use in that game. So he had to play a lot, even though he didn't have great production.
They run again with Starks. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. And a wide receiver to watch in this offense, certainly Jordy Nelson.
And most defenses watch him run past them. Jordy Nelson can run every route in the route tree and take it to the house.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches. Now Starks. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So the run moves the chains, and here we go on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, look at the juke. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And now a look at the Washington defense.
Josh Norman was not a first-round pick when he entered the NFL, but he always thought he should be. Never lacked for confidence, and now he plays at a Pro Bowl level.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Starks. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
Well, on that play, the expression, don't blink, you might miss something, certainly applied. That was fast. Defense diagnosed the play, and it was over in a heartbeat.
And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. He's got time. Great protection. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
So on fourth down, here's Jake Shum to punt it away. Back deep here, Jamison Crowder. Now it's Crowder. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Redskins will take possession with a 1st and 10. So the Redskins coming out now 5-3, 2 games above 500 after a Week 10 win over the Vikings. And Kirk Cousins 22 of 33, 262 in that game and 2 touchdowns.
And when I watch him play, I don't just see the face of the franchise, which Kirk Cousins now is, but I see a guy who epitomizes what this Washington team is all about. They've handled some bumps along the way this year, but they're 5-3 and still firmly in the playoff chase in the NFC East.
A 1st down throw for Cousins. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Cousins on 1st down. Finding time. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it there to Vernon Davis, the tight end. And it's 2nd down. Starting 11 here for the offense. It's going to take some snaps here in a second. Wide receiver Pierre Garçon, always been a very good force in this league.
I agree with you totally on that. Even as a youngster, played with a fury, played with force, continues to do that now as a veteran, and knows how to mentor the younger guys.
So incomplete on 1st. Let's see what 2nd down has in store. On 2nd down, Cousins again. And he comes back with one complete. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. And a nice pitch and catch to pick up the reception against man coverage.
Both of them read how much yardage they needed, figured what they had to do, and were able to beat the man coverage for the completion.
Fresh set of downs here. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
The evaluation process in today's NFL does not take into account as much bulk as it does speed, and that's what we're seeing with the linebacker position. Those guys that can run, they can play at any spot because they can make plays on the opposite side of the line of scrimmage.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Now a handoff here to his running back. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game, the effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. On third down, Cousins surveying the field. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And last time out, they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up, but you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover, and wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Also, offense. Still first down.
Starts. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. 4 yards there on the carry, gets it back to 2nd and 11.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start, offense. Still second down.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. And it'll bring up 3rd down. So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dive. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Caught by Montgomery. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Jacob Shum now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Crowder now to return. Look at the dance and the juke. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And here come the Redskins now. And they'll be looking to avoid what happened last time, which is punting the football.
But when you look at how teams play the game, that complementary football, comes into play. How do I take care of my defense? How do I take care of my offense? Well, the defense is taking care of them in a lot of ways. Now it's time for the offense to jump things up and help their defense out. Give them a little bit of rest.
Yeah, time for them to give them a rest. Took the words right out of my mouth. And to give this time to the tailback. And they'll stop him right on the midfield stripe. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And let's get a look at the Green Bay defense.
Mike Daniels continues to get better and better with each year. A nice run stopper inside.
And ready now for 2nd and 9. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Defense thinking pass. They've got the nickel set out on 3rd and 6. Here's Cousins. This is caught by Jackson. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down. 13 yards there on the pickup, and it'll be 1st down Washington.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. They'll run the option left. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Offense needs something here on 2nd down. It is 2nd and long. They'll come out in the pistol. Cousins now on 2nd down. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
12 yards to go on 3rd down. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Can't find anyone open. Jordan Reed has it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Redskins have taken a first-quarter lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. It's good, and the Redskins take a 7-0 lead. 1 quarter down. 7-0 is our score. We'll head back to FedEx Field after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Head & Shoulders. Shoulders were made for greatness, not dandruff.
Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Here's Hopkins now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. And now the Packers get set to go. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now.
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. Nelson, a career-high 12 catches in that Week 10 loss. You know, he became the 4th Packer this year to catch 10 or more balls in a game. Devontae Adams, Randall Cobb, Ty Montgomery, they've done it as well.
And you know what else is really nice now for Jordy Nelson? When's the last time someone asked about his knee, about the return? Is the rust still there? Will he get his speed back? That's all gone now. We're back to full Jordy Nelson again. He's trying to figure out a way to help his team win some games.
Now Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. And Nelson's got it here right side. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Okay, so now the question, how did he get that wide open?
Well, we both know that he shouldn't, because from the time they handed out scouting reports before this game, he was circled, starred, everything. Find him, cover him. But sometimes you can scheme a guy open. You put the receivers in a bunch. Maybe you move some motion. Maybe you put them on the backside of a formation, and all of a sudden you've got a better matchup. Every now and then, the offensive guys, they figure a way to get him open, even with everyone keeping eyes on him.
And that's certainly a guy they want to keep trying to scheme open. He's got time. Looking deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be marked down deep in Washington territory.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. This is Starks. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. Give him 6 on the play, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
Now Mason Crosby for the Packers field goal try. And Crosby puts it through, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So this offensive unit, they've now had 3 drives, and they only have 3 points to show for it.
Payoff is the key for everything. How many offenses have we talked to that say we have to finish drives? Thus far, this team hasn't finished it quite the way they've wanted to.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. We get a look at the Packers defense as they work their way into position. See if they can regroup a little bit. They gave up the touchdown last drive.
And you know from our meetings with coaches all across the league, one of their pet peeves, when teams get down, a lot of these guys now, they want to treat it like it's a video game or something. Hit reset. Let's start over, coach. Out of the first 2 series, they don't even matter now. Let's play again. That's not how it works. You're down. You gave up a touchdown. You can't do it again. You have to dig in, grit it out, and fight it out. Reset buttons. It's driving everybody crazy. There are no reset buttons when you're playing in this game.
Preach, Chucky. Preach. Now Cousins. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Blake Martinez, the rookie from Stanford, in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
3rd and long for Cousins. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
Well, the advantage has certainly shifted to the defense as we began that 3rd down play, and they found a way to foil it and pick up a 1st down.
3rd time's a charm, right? 2 incompletions. Had to have it on 3rd, and they got it.
Yeah, they stuck with it, weren't daunted at all, and picked it up.
Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Cousins now on 2nd down. And Reed with it over the middle. A gain of 4 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle? 3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Jordan Reed has it. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
And on 2nd and 10 now. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. Over the middle to Garcon. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
And they'll go on the ground. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. Again, we'll see the pistol here. 2nd down, Cousins. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. But they brought in an extra defensive back here, so probably not expecting a run on 3rd and 3.
A good call.
3rd and short yardage, Cousins. He finds his target. It's Crowder. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. From the red zone now, Cousins. And he is out of bounds, but not before taking this inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Again, it's Cousins. And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. A great play there from 6 yards away. And the Redskins are going to add on to their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
Here's Hopkins now for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. On first down, Rodgers. In middle of the field, he's got Nelson. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. On second down, here's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 16 on the pickup, and the Packers are going to have a first down. Rodgers now on first down. Finding time. Now he'll let it go deep left side. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. And now a first down following that long gain. 26. Rodgers to throw once more. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Crosby puts it through. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So 2 field goals now for Crosby, a man who became the Packers' all-time leading scorer last year, topping the mark set by Ryan Longwell.
And as you know, Lambeau Field is not an easy place to kick field goals, especially when you get into December and January. But Crosby's been a steadying influence on some real good Packers teams.
After the made field goal, now Crosby will do the kickoff duties. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So we have reached halftime here in what's an 8-point game, as we send you down to Orlando, where we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Larry.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. Both teams have had their moments so far today, and that's why we have a tight game on our hands. We'll have to see if either side can take control in the second half. All right, let's get it going. Here's the first half highlights. Redskins have it at the 7. Kelly's going to make the catch near the sideline, and he goes in for 6. Redskins push their lead to 11. Down to late in the first half. Here the catch is made way downfield, and he'll end up picking up 33 yards on the play. Packers would stall out, though, and settle for a field goal. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. Let's get back up to our nation's capital as we rejoin Brandon Guy.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Now it's Chris Thompson on the return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead, now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Cousins on first down. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it second down. Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Second down, Cousins. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Nick Perry in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's third down.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On third down, Cousins surveying the field. And this is going to be incomplete. Pierre Garçon, the intended receiver. And that brings up fourth down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And this one hits at the one, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance to turn that into points on the offensive end.
Can you imagine what the grease board looks like at the half? Because
no, tell me.
That's exactly what they printed up. Stop them on defense, get the ball back for our offense, and go downfield and score some points. Now, the last part remains to be seen, but they got the first part done very well.
Do people use grease boards, or you mean the magic marker boards?
Yeah, those two.
Here's a handoff to start the drive. The starts. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Rodgers to throw on second down. Out in the flat for Starks. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Holding offense.
And that right there will set him back a bit on the offensive holding penalty.
And you know who you want to pressure after a penalty like that? The guy who just committed the foul. You want to see if he's going to keep his head down or if he's going to get his head right back into the game. I'd send a blitz at him right away and see if he holds up.
On second down, here's Rodgers. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Well, this is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move. So he makes the grab, and the chains move forward.
Nice job by the offensive line, giving them time to complete that first down pass.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
319.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And Nelson's got it here right side. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Simple slant route, and partner, really nice hard throw by the quarterback.
Nice timing between the quarterback and the receiver. They were perfectly in sync, and he put it right on him on the inside route.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you could actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Rodgers going to throw. Over the middle, Rodgers has it. And he's brought down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
And Richard Rodgers makes the grab, and let's face it, it's going to follow him the rest of his career. The Hail Mary he caught to beat the Lions in 2015 in Detroit, pretty memorable play.
Those Lions fans, they just don't like you right now if they heard that.
I didn't mean to bring it up to, pull the Band-Aid off the wound there. I was just trying to praise Richard Rodgers. Yeah, they're going to be mad at me.
On first down, Rodgers. He completes it middle of the field to Janis. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jeff Janis, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers move back within a couple of the lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
3 down.
And Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
Now another try at 2 here from the 7 now. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
No move for the kicker. They'll still go for 2, this time from the 12.
58.
And here is motion again, and that's going to be 2 in a row.
False start, offense.
Still going for two, only this time from the 17-yard line. And now movement again, and they'll march even further backward.
False start, offense.
So let's try this again as they come to the line to go for two.
Hey, boys, got four down. Blue 58.
Rodgers will throw for it. He's got time in the pocket. And now he's going to go down. A big sack, and they're unable to tie it.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offenses spend a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. On the return, this is Rashad Ross now. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. Caught on the right side, Reed. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
First down throw for Cousins. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. 11 yards on the pickup, and the Redskins are going to get a first down. And there, the man coverage not good enough, partner, and they're able to complete the pass.
Excellent recognition of the man coverage, and they found the guy who could win downfield.
Cousins on first down. Crowder's got it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make this a second down. And this time they go underneath for a simple pitch and catch.
And not only do you get the pitch and catch, Brandon, but you're able to keep the receiver moving when you hit him with the drag route.
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. To the air again, it's Cousins. Over the middle to Garcon. And he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And he finds the tight end, Reed. And the ball is knocked out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. Caught by Nelson left side. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Quarterback and receiver on the same page, and they beat the man coverage.
Sometimes you get too aggressive as a defense. You go into man coverage. That means you've got to win at the line of scrimmage yourself. On that play, the offense did.
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Three quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Rodgers now on 1st down. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
2nd down now after the pass completion. On 2nd down, here's Rodgers. Complete. Starks on the screen. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. And down inside the 15 he goes. The 15 yards there on the catch and run. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. Into the red zone, it's Rodgers. This will be caught just inside the 10. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. They're running with Starks. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. James Starks taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And the lead is up to 5. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And the passing game, I mean, look at the numbers. It's fallen off. When a team is struggling, sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear, get with him and say, all right, my man, what do you need? What's going on here? So only one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
Cousins on first down. He's got time. Caught left side, Garcon. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And they'll run it here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night. And the Redskins have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the second time tonight he has hit the end zone, Charles.
Some people just have a natural nose for the end zone, and he's exhibiting that here in this game. Big-time job, and of course he's got to pat the backs of the offensive line.
Yeah, they can't be lost in the shuffle. They're vital. So here are the Redskins now, an important two-point conversion.
Let's go.
Cousins will try and throw. And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth quarter lead. So they make the decision. They want a three-point lead versus a two-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. Put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're hoping to capture some of that magic they had last time out when they were able to put together a scoring drive. But they're still down here, Charles.
Not the major concern, though, because of what you talked about. They scored the last time out. They feel good about themselves. They feel like their game plan is now in effect. They know how to attack and what plays they want to put together. But they've got to keep it moving in the right direction because, as you did note, they are down on the scoreboard.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Rodgers now on first down. Finding time. Still back there. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. Whoosh. Still shedding tackles. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And that's why defensive coaches preach swarming to the football. It's usually going to take more than one guy to get that big man down.
And it did right there. Multiple broken tackles, but they eventually get him down. Fresh set of downs here.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right. We got 3, fellas. We got 3.
Now a play fake here on first down. Surveying the field. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21.
Holding offense.
So holding by the offense, and maybe now got to shift up what you want to do on the playbook.
Yeah, definitely. Change what you're doing in the playbook, but boy, the advantage shifts to the guys on defense, doesn't it? Longer yardage situations, they often become bolder.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. 319.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. Randall Cobb, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it.
Hey, we got 4. We got 30. Check.
On second down, here's Rodgers. He's got time in the pocket. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Jeff Janis, the one he was looking for. And now it's third down.
Well, any caused incompletion is good for a defense, but when you add to it, you get a little hit on the quarterback, knock him to the ground, make him think a little bit, hopefully knock him off his game, especially in a game of this magnitude, this tight in the fourth quarter. Got to feel pretty good as a defense.
Now whistles here, flag down. I think one of the Packer linemen was moving.
False start. Offense. Still third down.
On third and long, it's Rodgers. He's got time. And that will be incomplete as well. He was looking for Ty Montgomery that time. And it brings up fourth down. Here's Jacob Shum now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. The Packers defense here getting ready. Last drive, touchdown, surrender. Here, see if they can stop them.
It's always a constant battle of letting the last series go, good or bad, but especially bad. Give up a touchdown. Okay, forget the finger pointing, forget the blame. Go back out and play the defense you know you're capable of and help your team out.
And probably look to the leaders as always.
As always. They're going to be the ones going to grab some people and say, all right, let's do this thing.
First down, here's Cousins. This one caught by Crowder. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll make it second down. He had time, was able to survey the field and find a soft spot in that zone coverage.
And that's where it gets difficult for a defender, Brandon. You go to your spots on the field that you have to cover, and when the offense finds an area that you're not in, that's where they throw the football.
They come out here in the eye. And the hard count got the defense there. Encroachment and the 5-yard penalty.
Encroachment. Defense. Automatic first down.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group.
Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. All right, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Second down following the incompletion.
Alert, alert. 3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Well, they showed a little athletic juke, but then the daylight quickly closed. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding, keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And this is caught by Jackson. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
That's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here, down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He showed off the athletic juke, but it didn't buy him a whole lot of real estate. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They're facing a critical 3rd down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively.
Hey, we got 3, we got 3. All right, here we go.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Another pistol look here. Cousins here to throw. And Reed with it over the middle. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground.
3 down, 3 down. All right, here we go.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
Green 39.
Here's Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And Hopkins' kick is good, and that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3 here, but you wonder whether that's going to be enough.
Yeah, I mean, you've now made it so they need a touchdown rather than a field goal to catch them. But you're right. If they'd gotten 6 out of that drive, this would be a much different game.
Following the made field goal for 3, Hopkins now to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team.
He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. Finding time. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Now Rodgers got to have this one. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-pro corner, Josh Norman. So the game-sealing play from Josh Norman. What a big one that was.
He's a guy that loves being the center of attention. And I think to play that position, you have to have that feeling because Oftentimes you will be isolated out there against some of the best the game has to offer. And how about him finishing off this one with a game-clinching interception?
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. The clock cannot be stopped here. Defense can't do anything. So kneel it down, take it home.
No doubt about it. It's what you practice for in winning situations each and every week. Victory formation. Take a knee and go on into the locker room and celebrate.
Call it a victory.
Watch 32. Let's go, D. All right, here we go.
Cousins just going to take this one down to a knee and end it. And Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter @EA Madden NFL.